designer Xavier.
Thank you. Thank you. How's everybody doing today? Glad to see your faces. I'm sure you've seen me running around back and forth with this walkie-talkie. Well, that's what my job requires. I have a small presentation for you. Just to tell you a bit about myself, my name is Daniel David. And as Mariel David said, I am a Stony Brook graduate. I graduated with a bachelor's in sociology. After graduating, it actually took me 8 to 9 months to find my first job. Most people think, oh, you are smart enough to have a well-equipped resume, you have enough experience behind you, you're normally going to get a job. But to be honest, the market out there is so saturated with people that you're competing against the person who you graduated with to get the job. So one of the core ideas that I created was, in order for you to, let's say, create your own job, or create fulfillment for yourself, you have to find a need. And that's something that I did when I was in Stony Brook. In my junior year, I created Prestige Multimedia Productions. It was just an idea on paper. And today, 2 years in, I finally have my own company, I have my own equipment, I'm able to hire my own staff. So things do come into fruition whenever you put hard work into it. So that's something that I wanted to share with you guys because I was just in your position not too long ago. And, like that song, Look at Me Now, so today I just want to give you a quick introduction to the science of marketing. Now, who here knows what marketing is or what marketing is normally used for? Anybody? Just one hand.
Advertising.
Advertising, wonderful. Well, marketing has an array of things that most people don't know about. So an example behind marketing is you start with the basics. The who, the what, the where, the why, and the how. So the who is reference to who are you going to market to? Who is your market audience? Who is your target audience? Are you a video game designer? And then, if so, who are you going to market to? Who is your audience? Is it children between the ages of 10 and 15? Or is it children over the age of 17 because your video game is very vital? The what relates, again, to what are you marketing? Let's say you are a video game designer. Let's say you're a fashion designer. Let's say you make socks. It doesn't really matter what you're marketing, but the merchandise, the product, the art matters in the quality in which you will be marketing in the future. So again, what you're marketing doesn't matter, but how you market it matters. The where in marketing relates to different types of things, such as internet marketing. A lot of us hear and use social media. A lot of us see billboards, advertisements, flyers, posters. There's a whole different types of avenues and venues that you yourself can market through. But one has to research who their target audience is in order for someone to say, yeah, these youngsters use Instagram, so I'm going to market through Instagram because they use Instagram. If you're trying to market to youngsters, why are you going to put something in the AM New York? Only people over the age of 35 read that, normally on an everyday basis. So market research and market development is something that is key when someone markets. So this is something that I wanted to bring up. The marketing why. Why are you marketing? Why are you marketing this in any fashion? Does someone need this? Does someone want this? Is this something just to have? And the how, it revolves back around to who your target market is. The how revolves around how you yourself are going to develop techniques and strategies behind how you're going to market. An example is Money Talks. We're going to create a program. Now, what's the goal? We're going to market it. How are we going to market it? We're going to create flyers and posters and create a few videos. Then what would be the purpose of that? To gain the Old Westbury populace. So everything is self-inclusive. Another part of marketing is branding. Branding is all about creating your own logo. A lot of people see this when you wear, let's say, like a Mets jersey. You hear, 50 Cent just came out with a new clothing line, but it's all about branding. One person always thinks about, I want to be recognized by a symbol, not necessarily by my name or how I get my name. So these are examples of different types of brands that have been marketed already. For example, all of you know Apple, Google, and it's because you don't care who's behind it. You don't care who the executive board is. You don't care who are the people paying the bills. You care about that logo, because that logo is what's been marketed to you, and that logo is what's going to become familiar. So branding, it's all about creating a logo. The second step would be refining the meaning and the symbolism. You have to pick the symbol that you want because you want it, because you know what it'll mean and you know what the intentions will be soon after. After picking the meaning and the symbolism, you have to market that logo in every way possible. Even if you're out in a meeting, you make sure you wear your little 50-cent pendant. Why? Because you want people to know that you're with 50 Cent. Why not? That's how you market yourself. And then after that, you're known by your creation. You're not known as Daniel David. You're not known as Juan Acosta. You're not known as anything. You're known as the Apple guy, as the Mac guy. You're known as this person. Image development. So imagine you yourself are trying to become an artist, a rapper. If you yourself are an artist that isn't a vocalist, let's say you do paintings, let's say you do sculptures, the type of artist that you choose to promote yourself as matters. You know, imagine if I came here today and I wasn't wearing this suit and I was wearing just a t-shirt and a fitted. Would y'all take me as seriously? I don't think so. But image development is very crucial to how people are going to know who you are and what they're going to reference you as. I picked this picture in particular because a lot of rappers or a lot of artists feel that it's very keen to just splur out, curses wherever. But then you have to be careful about what happens to your album sales. Everybody's going to be able to get access to your music, but then your music isn't for everybody. So that's why image development is important. If you market yourself well, you know where you can go. I'm just going to read this out loud because I'm sure everybody already read it. The type of business or entertainer one chooses to promote. How you would choose to market your art, your business, or your merchandise. Another aspect that is very new in the last 10 years when it comes to marketing is using the internet. Now, social media has only been known for its minimal names, such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But if you are going to be familiar with what social media is, the social media landscape is far bigger than what you think. As you can see, Facebook, MySpace, LinkedIn, they're only under social networks. But then if you yourself are going to utilize marketing in many different aspects, you have to look at the microblogging, which is where Twitter is under. Twitter isn't under social networks. Twitter is under microblogging. Why? Because you're given a select amount of characters to say what you need to say. One needs to look into live streams. One needs to look into publishing websites. Why? Because imagine if you're doing a newsletter. Imagine if you're opening your own magazine. You yourself aren't going to go on Facebook. You yourself are going to need to go on maybe Blogspot or maybe one of these, not Wikipedia, WordPress. I apologize. This big W right here right next to Blogspot is WordPress. There you can develop your own types of newsletters and blogs that you can share through email. So when thinking about marketing is far more than just, I need an Instagram, I need a Facebook, I need a Twitter, I need to make sure that when you Google me, you get the Google ads. It's not about that, as much as you need to utilize every single resource out there if you're going to market yourself well and you're going to be successful at it. Because if you don't, you're going to be left in the dust. This is what social media is. It's not just Facebook. And I want to stress this very highly because a lot of people think they know, but they don't. Look at this. I know this. Look at spider web. And no one knows this. But it's nice to evidently know. This is a very interesting tree that I found myself. This is all about internet marketing. Now, internet marketing has its own life. It came before social media marketing. Internet marketing is, let's say any individual in here decides we're going to create our own fashion line. What do you need after you have product, after you have development, after you have research? You need a website, right? But then what are you going to do? You're going to create a website and then what? Tell all your friends to come visit my website? No. One has to use all these different branches of marketing to get their image and their face out there. One branch of this is email marketing. I'm sure a lot of you get spam and a lot of just alerts in your mails from different things. Well, that's email marketing. Imagine creating your own listserv of the people that follow you, or the people that pay attention, or the people that buy your stuff. And then whenever you come out with a new shoe, with a new t-shirt, with a new whatever, you text them or you let them know, hey, here's the new email, here's the new newsletter that's come out from my company. So even email marketing is a very powerful tool. Then you have social media marketing, which is something that we just spoke about. Public relations is something that you guys do on the day-to-day. PR, I'm sure there are a bunch of PR people in here right now that are planning on, how to promote their next program. But all of that is all about logistics and word of mouth. You know, you need to make sure that you're precise, that you got your flyers, that you got your posters, but you also need to make sure that the people you invited invite others, because that's what public relations is. You know, keeping note of the general public. Then there's online advertisements, and then so much more. I'm not gonna, you know, go too much into it, but I just really want to stress that marketing is a whole different thing of its own. It's not what most people think it is. Telemarketing, old school, debt collecting agencies use these a lot. I get calls at my house all the time. Funding agencies use this a lot, such as Telefund and other organizations that have steady numbers. Most telemarketing agencies don't use people anymore because they'd rather use their money doing what? Internet marketing. So a lot of these companies invest in automated voice machines that, you know, regurgitate the same message over and over again, but even so, that's still marketing. Another aspect of marketing is the human investment, and I'm sure everybody knows this. One can invest in company apparel, using company materials, everyday use, such as the Google car. They sometimes drive around and take images of the streets and the corners, but that's a type of marketing because that car, because it's branded with Google, is marketing Google. Another type of online, another type of street level marketing is the Red Bull car. The Red Bull car, whenever it's driving around, it's marketing Red Bull, even though it's not giving out free Red Bulls. Yes, it's still sometimes. So I asked for one once, and they denied me, so that's why I'm even saying what I'm saying. But sometimes they give the free juices out. And human investment, I find that a lot of corporations do this when, let's say, the young man in the back, he has an Adidas sweatshirt. So let's say Adidas is low on sales. Yeah, let's say Adidas is low on sales. They'll say, hey, I'm gonna hire 10 people. All of you guys are gonna go down to 42nd and you're gonna wear Adidas apparel. Now, what is that gonna do? That is gonna give you the perception that, wow, Adidas must be cool. I just saw 3 people down the block walking around in these sneakers, walking around in this hoodie, walking around in this sweater. But then, when the time comes along, you're gonna say to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna invest in something because I just saw someone else do it. I'm gonna invest in something because I just saw this person do it. You know, so the human investment fits in more than just one way. Excuse me, guys. There we go. Other old forms of advertisements, I'm sure you already know, radio, video, new and improved online. Online is just new. Online is actually only 15 years old. People have been doing marketing since the 1860s. So just imagine that, right? We're so ahead of our time at this point. And then there are billboards. Now, this is a special slide that I want to talk about because this is all about who is good at marketing. Now, this image in particular of all these corporations that form this United States, every single corporation that you wear, drink, eats is good at marketing. Why? Because you are wearing them, you are eating them, you are drinking them. If they weren't good at what they do, you wouldn't be affiliated in any form. But over here we have Nike, we have Dr. Pepper. I have Nike shoes, so they got me. Who here likes Dr. Pepper? They got her. Alright. Who here? I can't really see. Does anybody here have ever consumed any of these products from any of these corporations? Yes. I heard a lot of yeses. So they got all of us. You know, they've been in the game for a bit longer than we have. The next picture, next to the United States, is these people shaking hands. This is a representation of entrepreneurs and small businesses. Me, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a small business, and I use marketing all the time. I use word of mouth, I use human investment, I use internet marketing, I use social media marketing, I use anything that I can get my hands on. Why? Because I don't have a big corporate company backing me. So what do? I try to do everything that I can and see what bites, right? And that's, to be honest, the simplest way to do it. Because if you just stick with one method, you might be limiting yourself in this day and age. So the goal is just to do a little bit everywhere. Independent artists do marketing and are very good at marketing because they have their own unique way of marketing. I've seen people outside give away free mixtapes. You know, I see people, you know, give away their art for free. They put on shows and public viewings for free. You know, so even just being community oriented and community centered can get you a lot more marketing than you think as an independent artist. And a new thing that's been arising with this whole Bitcoin phenomenon is e-commerce. So it's all about online shopping. These people are wonderful at marketing. Why? Google Ads. I go on Facebook. Yesterday, I was Googling printers. I go on Facebook, I get the ad for the same printer I was just Googling. It's wonderful. Why? Because they know that I'm shopping online, but they're also monitoring me and they're remotely accessing everything that I buy. Now, I see that my time is finishing up, and I just want to answer any questions that anybody may have about marketing. I know I spoke a lot, and I'm sorry, that's just who I am. But by all means, any questions? In the back? Join my team? It depends on their space. We have to work you in. Anybody else? Any question? Any question? There? Nothing? No? Thank you. I appreciate it. They'll all be Ariana's design. Designed by Ariana. However you want to say it. But I have a question for you actually. Like, do you have a strength? Do you have a skill?
A skill?
Yeah, a strength, a skill, a hobby, a particular.
I mean, yeah, I was basically gonna ask you a question. Like, I'm not like with the design. I mean, I'm kind of with the design thing. My friend has a clothing line, like somewhat like what he does. Like same thing. So I'm actually like kind of managing him in a way, like trying to market his thing. And as me for myself, like my hobby, I write music. So just like you said, like starting from the bottom, I already have like the Twitter page, have like 20,000 followers, Instagram page, 16,000 followers, Facebook page, almost 1,000 likes. So it's like, okay, I did all that groundwork. What's next?
You gotta publish it. Because a lot of people don't think about it.
But the thing with the public thing is that,
No problem.
like it's not like, say 10 years ago, like say, no, like about 14 years ago, like the year 2000, where everything was, here I have a CD, here. Everything is digital, everything is on the internet. I have people in Britain listening to my music saying, I love your music. I have people in London, like Paris, I have people in different areas saying, I love your music. It's not like, okay.
What's the next step?
That's what I'm saying, because now it's more global. It's like more of a big thing. It's not like, all right, I live in Queens. Let me get everyone in Queens to listen to my music. All right, let me go to Brooklyn. It's more like, I'll put it out, and I have people over there, overseas, in America, listening to music. So what's next to get like a...
All right, bet.
So like...
I'm gonna answer your question now, but it's not a one-time answer. Here you go. I'm working with a dude right now. He's developing his own company.
Okay.
It's all about artist development.
Okay.
The next step for you would be to go public. So it's not about, like you just said, like giving out mixtapes. When's the last time you performed?
Last time I performed?
Never?
December 13th.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were looking for a watch. I wasn't there. My bad. December 13th?
December 13th.
And the time before that?
I'm not sure. I did a couple open mics like every week. I opened up for like one big name artist, and that's about it.
No problem. That's what public means to you.
Okay.
Going public is getting more performance space out. Going to different venues. You know, exploiting your talent. Because the last thing you want to do is get, great song from Nepal, great song from Germany. Next thing you know, you out here in Brooklyn fading out on the stage. I come across a lot of artists that don't practice their art on stage. They practice the art in ciphers, or they practice their art in the booth. But to get in front of that mic, and to have the lights on, and to have that presence of that crowd on you, it makes you nervous. It makes you more nervous than you think, and I know you know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm not gonna like sound like cocky or anything in that sort of way. The first 2 times, yeah, I felt nervous. After that, I'm like, you know what? I can overcome this.
2 more minutes.
I can just go out and be who I know I can be. So even if I don't practice as much, I still know next time I go to the stage, I'm not gonna be nervous like that. Maybe if it's like 1,000 people, but I know like I can overcome that fear faster than I did the first 2 times.
It's not about fear. It's about practice. Because practice makes perfect. One can stand in front of a lion and not be afraid. You'll be asked out if he attacks, but you still won't be afraid. It's about practice. It's about knowing your strengths and your weaknesses when crunch time comes. You know? Because what happens, I've seen this happen. You're in the middle of your performance, your mic blows. Bang, that's it. Nothing. Hello? Can anybody hear me? So, not to say that that's any of what you need to worry about.
No, I'm just saying because that's what happened at my last one. Not my mic, but my group member's mic went out, and it was like, oh man, like it was like a technical difficulty.
Exactly, and it's not like it's something that's of your doing of your fault, but one has to be ready for
a
this.
minute, and we're gonna share what your questions.
Wonderful.
The icebreaker.
Got it. Thank you. So, I think that that would be your next step. To be honest, as an artist, I give you my cards because I want you guys to email me. Because I can help you guys. I can help you with your designs and how to build yourself up if that's what you really want to do. And I can help you with your artist development because that's what you're doing. You're a developing artist right now. Even though you have all that traction online, you're not seeing that money. You're not. You need to start seeing that money. And the way you're going to start seeing that money is by going to street events. It's by going to carnivals. By going to different venues where you're like, all right, I'm going to spit my one song, my two songs. But then the DJ in the back is going to be like, who's that? Let me get him for the show. Yo, who's that? Let me get him. That's how you're going to get your money. You're not going to get your money through the internet. Not right now, at least. You know? So I feel artist development for you, the next step is making yourself public. Not the CDs, not the music, yourself. Your own presence. Saying, yo, I'm here, and I'm next to this dude, and I'm up next on the stage. I'm up next, and I got my flow down. You know? What do you think about that? Do you think that's a wise next step, or do you think you need something else before that?
I don't think I need something else before that necessarily. I feel like that is a next step, but it can also be like an alternate next step.
True.
Like it can be a right performance and something else maybe that I haven't done yet.
That you haven't done.
Because I did the shows, so like okay, I did the music, I did the shows, but what's different that I can do next is what I'm looking for. Like I know the show, I know that, alright, but what's different that I can do? Like what's a different that I can take? Yeah, I know I can talk to DJs and stuff like that, but like something that I'm not, that I
Doing.
don't know, yeah, that I don't know, that's not really that obvious.
I got you.
That's what I want.
You know what we
to
would need to do?
next.
We need a better conversation. We need more time, and we need to get in depth.
Alright, that's cool.
And that's why I want you to email me, all right?
That's cool.
Definitely.
Okay, time's up, time's up, time's up, time's up.
Hi, hey, I'm Mariana. We went to Daniel's group and we basically talked about the next step in promoting whatever kind of career you want us to do. I want to do designing because I'm an artist. I like drawing, I like fashion. So what I learned, my next step would be promoting my art. Like, for instance, scanning my drawings and putting it on Facebook so people can see my pictures and my designs. And anything that would just help me get my name out there so people might want to use my designs for their brands. And that's what I learned today.
My name is Dustin. My question I had for Daniel was, well, first of all, I write music, I make music, so my question to him was, after you create a solid fan base, what is the next thing you should do? He said I should start going public, which meant going to do shows at different venues. But my next question was, what is something left next to do that isn't as obvious as doing shows? And we haven't got to a good answer yet because we need a longer conversation. But when we finish that, I can let people know what the next thing to do is.